Squarespace has sponsored today's video, more about them at the end of my recipe. These are some of the juiciest air-fried chicken I've done so far, and it all begins with a chicken breast. This weighs 180 grams. The secret to a very juicy chicken is to let it brine for an hour or even better overnight. It's quite simple. I will cover both sides of the chicken with salt, about half a teaspoon in total, and refrigerate it. Brining does two things. It will help with making the meat more tender, and on top of that it will retain more moisture after the meat gets cooked, so we have not only a juicier but also more tender chicken by simply adding salt and weight. In the meantime, I will make two sauces, beginning with a healthier ranch sauce. For that, I will start with buttermilk. Buttermilk has only 30 calories in 100 grams and will add a nice tang to the sauce. I will add 50 grams into a glass. Next is 50 grams of skyr. You can also use fat-free Greek yogurt. They have pretty much the same macros. Then I will add 10 grams of honey, 10 grams of mustard, 1 gram of garlic powder, 1 gram of onion powder, a pinch of salt, some freshly ground black pepper, and lastly, the juice of half a lime. Now mix this until smooth and set it aside. This sauce tastes pretty good on top of chicken. For the next sauce, you will need a blender. I will start again with 200 grams of skyr or Greek yogurt, and then I will add 20 grams of peanut butter. Yes, trust me, this tastes great with the air-fried chicken. Next is 1 gram of cumin, 1 clove of garlic, a small pinch of salt, black pepper, and again the juice of half a lime. Now start blending this, and if it doesn't start to mix properly, you need to take off the blender once or twice and shake it and start blending again until it starts to mix everything smooth. The best way to store this sauce is with one of these squeeze bottles. They are available on Amazon. Just dump everything in and store it in the fridge. It will last there for about a week. Alright, after the chicken has been brined, it will be a lot darker in color than before, and that's what we want. So what I will do is to cut everything into 2 cm or 1 inch thick strips. The shape doesn't really matter as long as everything has roughly the same thickness. Next is the breading, and for that I will prepare 3 bowls. In the first bowl I will add 10 grams of flour. You only need a small amount of this. In the next bowl I will add 30 grams of egg whites, and lastly you have 2 choices. Either you can add 25 grams of panko breadcrumbs. These are Japanese breadcrumbs that are extra crispy even if you don't deep fry them. However, I will use cornflakes. I love this as a breading. It tastes great and it has the crunchiest result in my opinion. Into a Ziploc bag I will add 25 grams of cornflakes, lay it on my counter, and now with anything that is heavy I will use my pan. I will start smashing this until it turns into a fine breading. This takes maybe 15 to 20 seconds, and then it gets into the third bowl, followed up by 1 gram each of cayenne pepper and smoked paprika to add a nice smoky and spicy flavor. The procedure for the chicken is always flour first until all is coated, then I will dump it into the egg whites, and lastly into the cornflakes bowl. Repeat this with all of the chicken, and then it's time to cook them. I have an air fryer, but you can absolutely use the oven with the convection mode, so I will add the chicken to the basket and hit everything with a touch of oil. Then flip the chicken and do it again. The oil will help with an even browning. Depending on the size of your chicken, you will need anything between 9 to 13 minutes. The only way to be absolutely sure to not overcook them is to use a food thermometer. Measure the chicken after 8 minutes and then again every minute or so until they reach the safe temperature of 74 degrees Celsius or 165 F. These took 11 minutes and they have a nice crispy exterior. Next is to add the sauce, and there you have, in my opinion, a quite amazing air-fried chicken. Don't forget to check out my cookbook with low-calorie, high-protein recipes that will help you lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. Buy the book once and get all future recipes updates for free. Link is in the description. The chicken macros are 351 calories, 25 grams of carbs, 9 grams of fat, and 45 grams of protein. The macros for the sauces are in the description in case you want to make them as well. I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Squarespace. Squarespace is a platform where you can build your own website. Whether it might be your own blog, your online store, or your photo portfolio, Squarespace has a number of clean and professional templates to choose from, and it's incredibly simple to use. You can integrate consultation times if you are a personal trainer or have a password-protected member area for your clients. They also have a built-in web designer that makes sure your website looks great on all devices and not only on desktop. Go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Felu to save 10% of your first purchase of a website or domain.